Folks, you have. Oop, 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 oop. Game has started. Too late, too late, too late. We gotta cast the game. This, ladies and gentlemen, is something we have not seen in a long time. Jordan 23 in the gray, playing with the Viper, and playing a team game today. I'm going to introduce the players. We have Jordan on the left. I wonder how rusty he's going to be, or if he's going to be rusty at all. He's playing as the Persians. His pocket is the Viper. I don't know how Viper gets pocket every time, but he is pocket, and he's playing as the Byzantines. And on the right, we have Praise, and he is playing as the Japanese. Now, below Praise is 8th Wonder, and he's a strong Nabs player. The other pocket is Nick. I should probably note that Wonder on this side is Persians. Nick is Byzantines. And then the last player is Pike, who is playing as the Japanese. So things are kind of flip-flopped with the civilizations. I kind of prefer a Persian's pocket. Wait, there's no Persian's pocket, so it's Byzantines pockets for both players, and the flanks are switched, correct? Alright. Yeah, I'm not going to do bets for this, guys. The game's already started. I'm not going to tap out and have you guys miss the action. I need to turn my casting mode on. For real. We'll start with Jordan. Talk a little bit about him. He stopped playing AOC. Pretty much quit for the most part. As you can see, his rating has decayed quite a lot, but he's arguably the best player out there when he's on form. People say it's Viper, people say it's Jordan, but these guys are training partners, they're best friends, friends for life, as Viper said, I think a week ago. And, you know, I expect it to be good to see him back. I don't know how active he's going to be, but I'm glad he's playing today. Viper's been more active lately, and Viper became unactive, or inactive, when Jordan left. I noticed that was probably why. And Jordan just now bringing in this boar. But it's going to be a good game. We'll take a look at his map. He does have the forward boar he's going to need to pay attention to, but his main goal's here. Is a wood line here. On the back, he does have another wood line as well. On the left is kind of exposed. He has a stone, and he has more deer he can collect. Now, we'll look to the other flank. I don't normally look at the pockets maps. This is a really difficult map for Praise. As you can see, wood line on the right. There's a lot of ponds in this Arabia map. On the left, that wood line's not going to work for him. He has gold on the back, which is good, but if he loses this wood line, it's going to be really bad for him. It's so open. So I expect some type of aggression from Praise, and for Viper to probably help out this side. Then we look at Praise's enemy, and that is 8th Wonder. He has a wood line on the back, much better than any of the wood lines we've seen thus far. He has a gold here, and the stone there. Now this hill could be of worry for him, but I think the gold being so close to the TC, it's pretty good. More gold back here if he needs it, actually. So 8th Wonder's in a good position. And then Pike, the other flank, up against Jordan. He has his main gold to the left-hand side on a small hill. He does have a wood line on the back. Really awkward with the wood, this map. But it's looking pretty good for him, I think, because he likes to wall up a lot. He can wall up here, and secure 2 golds and a lot of wood. Pockets, like I said, not much I normally talk about, but Viper's map's kind of exposed. Forward gold. He does have a gold in the back. Gold in the back there as well. And Nick, main gold there. Stones on the back. Another gold on the back that I spot, and decent wood lines. I think that the Nabs team has an advantage with the map for sure. But yeah, we have 2 players playing with Viper that are pretty inactive, but they're legends of the game. Jordan especially, of course. I can't believe what I'm seeing here, guys. I really can't. I didn't think Jordan was ever going to come back. Sure, he's probably going to play a couple games today, and that might be it. But it's great to see this guy. I remember when Viper and Jordan played 100 games, like straight, over the course of a week, and then Jordan just disappeared. It was so sad, because that was just when I got into casting games. But here he is. And he's going to drush. Meanwhile, Pike is probably going to go scouts or man-at-arms or something. He's Japanese, so I would not expect scouts, but I don't see a barracks from him. He's going to be clicking up. We'll pay attention to the gold. That'll tell us. Meanwhile, on the other side, we have a drush from 8th Wonder, and we have a drush from Praise as well. So this is gonna be awesome. People were like, what? He's back, he's back, he's back. Yes, I should probably add a clickbait title to the stream. But I'm in the game. A mod can do that using Nightbot. Pike's on the way up. He's the only one not drushing. He's not going to gold. He is now. Okay. And he's gonna go try and put the barracks there. Oh man, Jordan. He has a scout there. He can try and delay it. His drush is coming around the right side. I'm not sure who is the advantage. We'll have to see how it pans out. But certainly Jordan expects man-at-arms as he sees the gold and he sees the barracks. I don't think Jordan's drush is going to do much on the right-hand side with the wood line. But maybe he could pick off one villager. He just needs to delay. He's actually going in this direction. I'm surprised because this is open back here and this is kind of close to the town center, but he's going for it anyway. Meanwhile, the drush is on the other side, going to start fighting. A scout from Praise, which is good in... Praise still is not clicked up. Wonder is not clicked up. Wonder's gonna try and wall. It's not gonna work. We could see Praise try and focus down the deer. As you can see, Wonder's just gonna shoot it real quick. That way, the deer are still available to collect. But I don't know who's gonna benefit from the drush. Meanwhile, it looks like Pike has walled in his gold miners wonderfully, and his berry collectors, his foragers. And he's going for 2 ranges, actually. He's not going for man-at-arms. I like this move a lot better. It'll clear up the militia faster, and he'll have a decent economy. Just because the wood and the gold is not using that food, obviously. It's going to help him out. Probably get early wheelbarrow. I like to see that build, though it's one that's kind of hard to execute for me anyway. So Praise is on the way up ahead of 8th Wonder. Obviously, the pockets are doing their boom style builds, and I just wonder if Praise is going to be making more militia. I'm not sure why he's waiting to fight this. He might be waiting for a scout. Yeah, might be waiting for Viper scout. Viper just hit the feudal age. Wow, they're obviously talking on TeamSpeak or something, because that was well played. Pulling the scout away now. Well played. Viper's going to help out in a big way, and though that doesn't really matter now, like the militia are not going to do much, it's still a pretty good fight. Be able to clear out 3 units and still keep 2 of yours alive. Well done. Militia are going to come in and be annoying. Decent HP. Not fantastic, though. Meanwhile, Jordan has walled up back at home. Remember, he's going to be up against archers. And I don't know what his time's going to be like if he is trying to fast castle this. Archers are coming out. Keep in mind that Pike could go directly to Viper. Viper's kind of exposed here. And Nick is over here now, and he's actually going to pick off this villager, which is well done. Nick's doing a great job using his scout, and he might be talking to Pike. All these guys are probably talking on TeamSpeak or something. When did the follower goal change? It changed when I got like 200 followers in... well, I got 200 followers in 2 days, and I'm doing a giveaway, so I need a little bit more time to prepare everything. And I don't think it's going to take too long to get 3,500. I don't know how long you've been watching, but I've always done some type of follower goal. This is just the first time I've done a giveaway. Jordan's gonna wall up now, but the archers are coming in from Pike. And he has the hill. This is gonna be a mess for Jordan. Just so unfortunate for him. A good thing is that Viper's not being attacked. Viper seems to be safe. Now pay attention to Nick. He is Byzantines. He's on 1 stable. Meanwhile, Viper, I assume, is gonna go 1 as well. Yeah, he's going with 1. Byzantines are pretty versatile as a pocket civ. They can go camels and they can go knights. So I do like that. Praise is on the way to the castle age now, so it looks like a Drush FC from both the right and the left side, with the exception of Pike. And Wonder is a bit ahead of Praise. But this is the interesting side, really, because Pike has gone for a feudal attack. Meanwhile, Jordan's on the way to the castle age. If Pike's unable to do something, he'll probably be cleaned up, but he is going to have a strong economy. He's at 35 villagers. And I actually see a stable from Jordan, so he went Drush to Knights, and Persians, of course, can also go with camels. But I think we're going to see an attack at Viper's base. Nick is still here. Viper has to expect it. Nick is coming over. I don't think Nick's going to be in time, though. Viper's going for a TC. He has a knight there. He should be fine, I think. Meanwhile, TC's for Nick. In come the archers. The TC is going to be going up. Just perfect timing for Viper. Wolf is attacking units. Viper's just going to be able to hop in this town center. So well played from him. But I think he needs to protect the other areas of the map with the town center. There you go. He might relocate those wood villagers. But once the knights start massing, it's going to be difficult for the crossbows. When Persians are involved, that +2 attack versus archers bonus really hurts. I wonder if Nick's going to try and do something different. I don't know, but he's still sending units in. Viper's safe. Meanwhile here, you can see the Great Wall of 8th Wonders going up. And he is sticking with crossbow as Persian. So I like the choice from Jordan. A lot better, actually. And he's going to be on 1 TC for a while, because he needs to collect this stone. So for now, he might put a couple upgrades onto these knights, or at least mass some more. But now the units are coming back from Pike. He realizes he's unable to do anything at Viper's base, so he's going to send the archers in. And alright, Jordan needs to be careful. That palisade wall could be focused down. A couple knights from Jordan could actually lose this fight because of the amount of spears there. I think Jordan's actually going to try and harass Pike. He does have a knight here somehow. I don't know if he ran around or what, but this is good for him because he can clear out a couple of these archers. There's a hole there. Look at that. Hope you guys are using the hole command. Count these holes, but this is good for Jordan. Delaying Pike's economy a bit. Pike is still not clicked up. Praise. He's going with crossbows, so it's going to be crossbows v crossbows on this side. A lot of walls to the right side. And we could see a trap. Viper's going to go away, though. He knows that when those archers are in that tight spot, it's not going to work out for him. I haven't seen much from Nick. There we go. There's some knights. But who can Nick really pressure at this point? I feel like it's going to be a boomy game. There's a lot of walls up. Maybe he can go this way, because Praise is not fully walled. But Viper should be able to defend wonderfully, considering he's Viper and he already has the TCs up. Pike is finally on the way up. Well behind. But he will have a lot of crossbows, because he's going to create archers on the way to the castle age, for sure. Praise with a great TC spot. I mean, we talked about his wood lines. Not great, but that's a good TC spot to at least collect a little bit of wood and protect that area. He still has wood over here to use. He needs to be careful with that, but he did see Wonder coming in. He's massing his own crossbows. Both players... Without Bodcanero, I say that, and Praise is actually going to get this right now, so this could be good, especially because he has the numbers. Looks like knights are fighting. Viper's choosing to fight this one. And it looks like Jordan's coming to help out. So this is a good fight for the Tyrant team. That's how we have it labeled. Even though some of these players are not active. Some of these players are not on Tyrant. Is he really going to do this? Oh my gosh. That's so clutch. Look what Pike just did. He just walled in his archers. And he sent a forward villager out as well. So he's protecting the villager and the archers. That's crazy. I've never seen something like that. He just walled in his units there? Are you kidding me? He's getting crossbow. He's getting all the upgrades now. Oh, he's losing all of his units. Jordan catching him out. That's bad for Pike. But man, that was funny. He's still sending the units around. Viper should have the resources to make knights and clean that up. I do notice that there are knights here from Nick, and there's crossbows still here from 8th Wonder, so Praise needs to be careful with this open map. Viper might need to come over here and help out. There he is. He has 3 knights, one's on 2 HP. And he's gonna lead with that knight, so that'll probably go down. But even 2 knights from Viper going to help out here. Byzantines don't get bloodlines, so the crossbows are kind of strong, especially once ballistics comes in. And I noticed the raiding from Pike is still happening. He's killed 2 villagers, I think, thus far. I'm still watching the vill count, and Viper's well ahead. Well, not well ahead, but he's 4 or 5 ahead of Nick, and well ahead of everybody else. But 8th Wonder on the right is doing a great job. He's at 60 vills, and Praise is at 50. So, as Viper runs away here, and Praise is still trying to defend, I think that could be Nabs' strong point. Keep in mind, 8th Wonder is Persians. I can't talk. He will probably transition to Knights and Cavalier. I don't know. We're talking further down the line as Viper's going to lose these villagers, but Praise needs to step it up. Meanwhile, Jordan, 2 stables, and his economy's looking okay, but he's only 2 ahead of Pike, and Pike has not been convincing this game. Like I said, there could be a lot of rust involved. Pike is just being annoying with these units, and he still has his villager forward. I wonder what Pike's plan is with his forward villager, because it's Japanese. It's really only crossbows in the Castle Age, and then maybe you could go monks and siege. But at this point, it's just not going to happen, so I don't know why he's sending this villager forward. I mean, this is what he can see. He's just deciding to send a villager here. I don't get it. Now Nick is going to pressure Praise again, and it's just getting more difficult for Praise to find wood, as you can see. Going with a monastery, it's just an ugly map for him. Now Jordan has bloodlines, he has scale barding, he's massing the knights. Gonna come over and try and help somewhere in the middle. It looks like Nick has a lot of knights himself, actually. Wow, he has +2 and forging, but no bloodlines for Byzantines. But that's a lot of knights, and Viper is probably going to defend as he's on his way up to Imp. Jordan needs to come over and help out, I think. Maybe if Viper builds a house here, funnels everything into that town center, he won't be as worried, but he needs camels here fast. Meanwhile, Jordan, yeah, Jordan's coming back, so they are communicating. This is a good raid from Nick, but he needs to be careful not to overextend into this. He's killing a lot of villagers, though. This is a good fight for him, damaging Viper right before the Imperial Age. I feel like this is a theme when Viper plays team games. He opts to boom, he loses villagers like right before he hits him, and then he ends up booming back. But this is great from Nick. Look at this, all these villagers going down. Viper is now down to 77 villagers, and Nick is above 90. A great raid for Nick. Meanwhile, it looks like Wonder's over here, and this could be bad for the Tyrant team. Look at this, Nabs. Like I said, none of these players are rusty, like Jordan is, like Praise is. Small little hole, or hill, sorry. Little dimple for 8th Wonder to stand on. Nice hill advantage. I feel bad for Praise. Like, this is why Dry Arabia exists. This is why Green Arabia exists. Because pawns should not be in your wood line. But still, the rating's coming in from Nick. I think he's going to be cleaned up. The villager on the left. Cleaned up. Pike losing that. And we missed a woo-woo-woo. 8th Wonder got woo-woo-wooed. Man, this is why you have Dave as a co-caster. He pays attention to all the wolves, but Wonder's still pushing in. Looks like he's lost his Mangonel. Praise is trying to chase. Jordan's coming over, and he's going to try and help out. I think they're now communicating. It's unfortunate Praise hasn't received a lot of help, but Viper's going to be massing a ton of Cavalier. Might go heavy camel first, actually. He has a lot of camels. Could always do both. Jordan's going camels as well. I think in the long run, the knight choice is going to be better. We have 2 crossbow civs, 4 nabs. Well, not 2 crossbow civs, but we have 2 players choosing to go crossbow. Versus Tyrant has players with knights, but 8th Wonder's doing a lot of damage. He's going to lose this army, but he's done a lot of damage before it went down. Now, is 8th Wonder going to transition? Yes, he is. He actually has the stables here, which I missed earlier. And he's going to be going into Cavalier, and I talked about that in the early game. Viper's about to complete the Cavalier upgrade. No heavy camo upgrade, but I think he's down here, and look at that quick walling from Pike. It's a really good response. Meanwhile, no units here from Nick, and Nick needs to send units back. There you go, but he's up against camels. Viper's going to gladly fight this, I think. Now Cavalier's in as well. Not to mention, Plate Barding's coming in. So Nick's about to get Cavalier, but he's behind with Plate Barding. Also, he's behind in the Civ. On the left side, he's going to be dealing with Persians from Jordan, who might go heavy camel. I keep thinking that Viper's Persian. Sorry, he's Byzantines. I think Praise is in a horrible position, though. What do you do as Japanese? I guess go full Halb. But it's going to be difficult if Viper's unable to help both sides. Meanwhile, a lot of crossbows from Pike, so he's going to be going with Arbalest. Yeah, that's great against camels. Camels are not good against arrow fire, and Jordan needs to remember that. I'm sure he will. But he's still making more camels. A lot of camels out in the map, and there's a lot of Arbalests here for Pike, and he's just kind of waiting for that Imperial Age upgrade. Not sure where the units went, actually. There they are, going forward. But all the help's coming over to Prey's side of the map because he is struggling. He has that castle to secure the gold. He's getting scale mail, so maybe Viper will sling him to Samurai because I don't think he's going to have the economy for it. Wouldn't that be something? Samurai and Halp as he's making barracks. I'm thinking he might go Samurai because he created one, but that could have been for another reason. Oh, Praise is out here. He's going to try and build this TC. Nick's going to be cleaned up, luckily. That could have been bad for him. Finally, he's found a wood line, and I thought he was going to lose it. It's hard to say who has the advantage right now, guys. 8th Wonder. He might be going into hand cannons now, because he's getting chemistry, but he has Cavalier, and he's running towards Jordan. Jordan's army is nowhere to be found. And I think Pike and 8th Wonder are going to pressure Jordan and see what he's made of. Now this is where Jordan's army is. That is a lot of knights and camels. Viper is getting heavy camel now as well, and he could come over and help out. I think he's going to do that. There's no hole here. Obviously Tyrant knows what's going on. Oh, there is a hole, right? Yes, there is a hole. But it's going to be walled up from behind. There's going to be a big fight on this left-hand side. The Arbalest for Pike going to be huge, though. With all the camels out. He has so many of them. Wonder's running away. But this is a perfect spot for Pike just to sit. Meanwhile, Castle from 8th Wonder. Wouldn't be surprised if they start the trade. Yeah, Nabs is already getting ready for the late game. Again, not sure what the plan is for Praise. Currently, he's gone Halberdier. I expect Wonder to transition eventually into something that would counter that, but for now he's using the speed of the Paladins, and Jordan is struggling against the Arbalest. I think Viper needs to send his units over here, all of his Cavalier. He's getting Bodkin, and he might go into Trash. Byzantine's players opting to go with Camels and Cavalier. Paladin upgrade sometimes just not worth it without the upgrades available. And oh, this is going to be a good fight for Jordan, I think. Actually, Pike is sending forward his pikemen, interestingly enough. So this could turn things around, but there's still a lot of units. Oh my gosh, this is great. Heavy camels here from Nick as well. I think Nabs still have the control on the left-hand side. These are the golds for Jordan. Something to touch on. I don't think he has any golds in the back, so he needs to hold this down. I think Pike's aware of that as well. Meanwhile, Viper's over here to defend because hand cannons are coming out from 8th Wonder. Paladins as well. Nabs are just looking good. Looking very good. There's a castle from Jordan going up on the golds. That's really smart. I don't know if he purchased that castle, if he purchased that stone, but that's going to help him out. But now Pike's pushing forward with the castle, and he's going to be sending out Japanese Trebs most likely. He has Halberdier upgrade. Getting the upgrades for those Halberdiers as well. Nabs just seem to be ahead. Like, Viper's going to try and raid, but look at this. That castle. Oh, it's going to be denied, actually. Well done from Viper. Oh, maybe not. At least one villager is going to be safe. But Nabs just seem to be on top of it on the left and the right side. Just with the pressure they're applying. Jordan's waiting for a big fight. Luckily, he has the gold, so he can maybe do that. I noticed that Logistica is coming in for Nick, and he has 3 castles, and he's going to go Elite Cataphract. This is going to be awesome. He's sending Elite Cataphract over towards Japanese Halbs. That's going to be devastating, especially with the hand cannons here from 8th Wonder. It's going to be difficult. Just look at the score difference. I don't know if Viper can do this for his team. Because he needs to help out on the left and the right. I mean, I don't want to underestimate Viper, but This is going to be difficult. We're going to see a Treb from Pyke. He's going to go for that castle, or he's going to try and open this up. It's important for Jordan to have the time so he can get this Paladin upgrade and maybe push this back. But there's so many Japanese halberdier, like, is Paladin even worth it if you're just defending? I guess we'll see. Looks like the units are converging on this side. A big fight. The hand cannons are really helping out here. Skirmishers from Praise. They're going to go down to the Paladins. A lot more units coming in from Viper, though. A forward castle for Wonder. But this looks like a fight for Nabs, and well done as well, as Elite Cataphracts come in from Nick. Camels have no bonus versus Elite Cataphracts. The Elite Cataphract's probably a wise choice. Viper's going into mainly trash, which of course Elite Cataphracts deal with well. And that castle, 3/4 of the way down, as Jordan's going to now defend with his own Treb. But now Jordan has Paladin. He has Heavy Camel. Viper's here with Elite Skirmishers. He's sending more out. They need to push this back, and I think they're planning on it shortly. But on the right, can they push back? I don't know. Praise in an awful position with his map. A little bit of T90 farm action from him. No judgment. I understand you. But yeah, this is looking rough for the Tyrants. All of these Nabs players, they're on form right now. They've been active, and also their teamwork is amazing. As you can see, Nick is on the left and the right hand side, and this might be the fight. Where's Jordan's army at? Oh, he's actually sending the Paladins over here, and Nick spots it. They're talking about this right now. Interesting that he chose to send his Paladins over there. Maybe he thinks he can defend, and Viper can help him out with the skirms, but that's a risky move in my opinion. He probably didn't want to fight the Halberdiers. Halberdiers are going away. Jordan's coming over to help out here, and you know what? With full Paladin, maybe he can get to the base of this castle against the hand cannons and do a good job, because Wonder doesn't have much else. No way! Look at the push coming out from Tyrant team. They're going to push this back. At least for the time being, they're going to clean up a lot of 8th Wonders units. I think they're going to commit beneath this castle. I could be wrong, but that's what I'm expecting, because all the units just started running forward at the same time. It's a YOLO fight for Tyrant. Like I said, a lot of hand cannons for 8th Wonder, and now the Arbalest coming forward. Nick's sending Elite Cataphracts over. This castle's so important. So important. Meanwhile, still Pyke's trying to push, but he hasn't really done much. That castle still has not gone down, and I think Jordan's going to try and take this one down. Viper's helping out. Tyrant actually has control of this castle. They need siege. They need trebs or something to take this castle out, because look at this. They're surrounding it. But unbelievable stuff. And oh no, Jordan's going to lose his trebs to Halberdiers. That is a mistake. He's lost one. He's going to lose two. And he could lose a third if Pyke chooses to sacrifice his entire army. I think Pyke wants to cut through. He could always go for that tree, but instead he's going for the wall, and he wants to start to raid this trade. At some point anyway. But Jordan can always wall again. Meanwhile, over here, just because of that castle still being up, I think Nabs are going to be able to push it back. And oh man, Jordan's in. Is he going to deny a castle from Wonder? How many castles does Wonder have? He's getting architecture, hoardings. You might be thinking about going with elephants at some point. Are you seeing enhanced blood? You are seeing that. That's a really cool mod. I find it interesting that Tyrant was like, okay, let's forget about this castle. Let's just go over here and stop this one and run underneath the town center with camels. I don't get it. I would have pressured that same area, but they just didn't have the siege. Maybe they wanted to relocate. And Pyke, he has the siege. He has the castles. He has the trash and the Arbalest. But Viper's doing a great job holding on. I'm wondering if we're going to see a raid in the middle. Well, it actually looks like more castles from Nick. How many does he actually have? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And I'm guessing there's more in his base? At least one? No, 6 castles. That's still ridiculous. He's gonna try and push Viper up the middle. Is the Trebs attacking Viper's castle right now? Viper has his own Trebs. So a little bit of a middle engagement we've been missing. As you can see, those cataphracts stand up so well to camels. 2 of them just taking that trebuchet down. Looks like, again, Nabs have good control, but finally there's Siege from Praise, who has been struggling this game, and he's going to go after that castle. And oh, Jordan's castle went down. Pyke is pushing in. Tyrant still struggling. Siege rams now from Jordan. I don't know if they'll do much. Japanese halves can actually whittle them down. And if Pyke gets the hill advantage, it's going to be really rough. He's close to the trade now. There's a lot of Japanese Trebs. He's getting Elite Samurai. Oh, this could be the game-ending blow on this side. Elite Samurai are so strong. With the Elite Cataphracts, Arbalest Halves, I don't see how Viper pushes that back.
Plague, you attributed 10 gold to T90.
That was probably one of the best donation messages I've ever had. Thank you for the donation, man. I don't think Viper can fight on both sides, but look at this push from Praise. This castle's gonna go down. Praise Japanese Trebs really doing a good job, but there's the GG, and it's mainly because Pyke and Nick are just killing Jordan. Sad to see. Sad to see, because we all love Jordan. Jordan, thank you for coming back, but I think they're gonna play again, guys. What a great game, and Plague, thanks so much for that donation. Thanks for the follows today. Yeah, Viper just couldn't do enough. In the end, the crossbow choice was better, wasn't it? I said that crossbow wasn't going to be as good, but it was. And it was all ranged units that really did it for Nabs. Like, we saw the transition into hand cannons here from Wonder. He also kept Paladins going, which is incredibly expensive, but the ranged units really helped them out in the tight spaces that they pushed their units into. Like, for example, Pyke here, and then also you'll see that Wonder was kind of sitting beneath this castle and in this choke point as well. Take a quick look at the achievements. As I always say, 340 units killed for Wonder. He was all over Praise. Like, Praise was absolutely destroyed that game. But his map was garbage. Nick, his economy was great. Like, well ahead of everybody else. The trade profit, the gold, everything. He did a great job. And, well, it helps when you go up to 170 villagers at one point. Well played.